Welcome to the 2021 Centrobasket Championship from Mexicali, Mexico. Carlin Gay on hand as we get set to watch El Salvador. Cool. We'd like to welcome you to beautiful Mexicali, Mexico as we get set for the 2021 Centrobasket U17 Championship. Match day 1, game number 3, featuring the Dominican Republic and El Salvador. Carlin Gay on the call. I'd like to welcome you wherever you are, however you're doing so, being able to watch here. 8 teams battling for 3 spots. In June. But right now, it's all about El Salvador and the Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic wearing the road blue. El Salvador will be in the white and blue. Off we go here from Mexicali, Mexico. Carlin Gay on hand. It is the 2021 Centrobasket U17 Championship. Dominican Republic taking on El Salvador, and a quick 3 triggered and falling by Paulinho, number 11 for the Dominican Republic, breaking the ice, the first bucket of the tournament for him and his team, getting off to a hot start. 10-minute quarters here in the U17 Championship. And as I said, the top 3 teams will move on to the U18 Americas in 2022. Mejia. Kick to the corner. Another 3 on the way from Paulinho. Went in and out. Last touch, they say, by El Salvador. Will stay on this side with 14 on the clock. Paulinho, who has the lone bucket, will trigger. Alcantara. This is Paulinho. Not afraid to put it up. The floater's no good. Rebound vacuumed inside, and a fresh 14 for the Dominican Republic. That floater there by Mejia, no good. And an opportunity to score in transition for El Salvador, and they call an offensive foul. Sabrian picks up the offensive foul there, his first of the game. So just a minute into the game, still just 3-0 for the Dominican Republic. Paulinho, who's taken most of the shots so far for the Dominican Republic, missed another one there. 3 on the way, Mejia, no good, and a foul underneath. Alcantara drawing the foul there, number 2 for the DR. Alcantara. Paulinho. Mejia driving inside with the floater. That's no good. These 2 teams haven't played at the U17 in the past. It's the first matchup between these 2 great nations. You know they would love to get off to a good start in this budding rivalry. A foul underneath there, and it will send El Salvador to the line. Ibarra's first free throw falls, and finally breaking the ice for his team, the captain of this U17 squad, 17 years of age, 6'4", is Juan Pablo Ibarra. 3-2 the score as the Dominican Republic move up the court, and they turn it over there on the errant pass. A little miscommunication between Linares and the intended target. And El Salvador will have an opportunity with possession and the first chance at a possible lead here. Some pressure shown by the Dominican Republic. Kickballs there. And we'll reset the shot clock back to 24. Now the rest we'll discuss. Should be down to 20. Not a full 24, so we'll wait for that reset here. Still problems with the clock. There it is, back to 20 on the shot clock. Reason for that, it was at 20. Had it been under 14, it would have reset back to 14. But El Salvador getting the benefit of the doubt there with the foul coming with 20 seconds on the shot clock. They turn it over anyway, so it didn't really matter on that possession. And we'll go the other way. Paulinho picks up the rebound. He'll drive in. Nice feed inside. Maia with the nice finish off the glass and in. Paulinho applying some full court pressure here. Gonzalez gave it up. Dominican Republic playing some good defense here early on. But haven't been able to extend the lead. A jump ball's called there. We'll see where the possession arrow lies. As players go to the deck. Possession arrow in favor of El Salvador. Pressure beaten there now. Chance at a three. That's way short from Ibarra. Paulinho. Good pass. And that squirts out into the corner. Adames probably should have taken that three. He was wide open on the wing. Didn't feel like shooting it and ended up turning it over. Still 5-2 the score. Foul before the shot. Oh, they say it's in the shooting motion. So that will send Gonzalez to the line. All of El Salvador's points have come at the free throw line. Previously was the captain Ibarra knocking down his free throws. And this is Gonzalez. Jaime Gonzalez will get an opportunity at 2 shots to try and cut into this lead. Paulinho, number 11, will sit. Muñez comes into the game for the Dominican Republic, number 0 in blue. And Gonzalez goes 1 of 2 from the line. Alcantara's 3 is no good. Rebound chased down by Linares. He stepped out of bounds and he'll go the other way. Obviously some nerves for both sides. The first game of the Centrobasket 2021 tournament here in Mexicali, Mexico. Another turnover there by El Salvador. They gave it right back to the Dominican Republic. And we'll see some subs in for El Salvador here now. Soler checks into the game for El Salvador, number 7 in white. Nice drive and finish inside there. And that lead is extended now 7-3 for the Dominican Republic. Wild shot there, ends up a fast break opportunity. Muñez. 2 no good. Offensive rebound there picked up by Alcantara. And they say jump ball situation. It will be Dominican basketball. Munoz for three. No good. Offensive rebound and put back in Alcantara. 9-3 Dominican Republic now in front as we approach the halfway mark of the first quarter. Offense has been somewhat of a struggle here for El Salvador. They almost turn it over again. It will stay on this side. The shot clock has been reset to 24. I think the refs will have to take a look at that, but before they do, they'll take a quick timeout, and we'll take it with them. Timeout on the floor. Dominican Republic leads 9-3 with 5:41 to play here in the first quarter. Well, you saw some of the highlights from the first quarter of a 9-3 game. Dominican Republic in front. They've been playing well defensively. El Salvador has yet to get into an offensive groove. They have plenty of time in this game to find it at some point. 8 teams here battling for 3 spots. Gold, silver, and bronze winners will head to the FIBA U18 Americas Championship in 2022. That tournament will be played, or it's scheduled for June of 2022. A host has not been named. There's a foul underneath. Stay this side, 14 on the shot clock for El Salvador. Last time this tournament was played back in 2019, it was Mexico winning their first gold medal at the Centrobasket U17 Championship, beating Puerto Rico in what was a thriller in the finals in Puerto Rico. Now Mexico has an opportunity to repeat at home. A foul there, and we'll have another turnover. We'll go the other way with El Salvador basketball. Pressure shown by Mexico. See if El Salvador could handle it. 3 from the corner, no good. That ball tapped up by Adames. Ahead, Munoz lays it up and in. Then another turnover here for El Salvador. The dry finish and one. Adames with a gorgeous move and the finish with the left hand. He'll go to the line looking for one more. His free throw way short there. That'll be El Salvador basketball as they will inbound on adjacent to their bench. Soler will try to trigger this inbound as the Dominican continue to apply the full court pressure. It's beaten there. Soler has a layup opportunity. Rejected inside. What a block. That was Pineda almost pinning that basketball. He just checked into the game for the first time. Keeps it a 10-point lead for his squad. There he is on the rock now. Pineda, hesitation. He'll pull up over 2 men and knocks it down. On Daniel Pineda Batista, knocking down the mid-range jump shot there. 15-3 to Dominican Republic in front. Soler. Good cut there by Gonzalez, and he lays it up and in. Finally breaking the dry spell there for El Salvador, and a nice quick move inside by Liberato. Great pressure defense here by the Dominican. And maybe a little bit too handsy as they get called for the foul. Looks like Diaz who picked it up. Luis Diaz, 16 years of age, 6'7". Can't teach height, folks. He is number 12 in blue. That foul appears to put the Dominican Republic in the penalty, which will send El Salvador back to the free throw line. Here is the captain. Couldn't make it 2 in a row here. He has 3 points and counting, all of them coming from the foul line. Zone defense being shown now by El Salvador. Batista, great move inside, count it, and one. Well, he started the game on the bench, did number 44 Batista, but he's come in and his presence has been felt. A good, clean block to start things off, and now has found himself 2 layups, a jumper, and a free throw. He's got it going on in very short time as the Dominican Republic extend the lead to 14. Another steal there. Jimenez was hacked there. That's going to put El Salvador into penalty and send him to the foul line. Well, if you're scouting this Dominican Republic team, one thing you know about them is that they could defend and do it well. A lot of pressure defense being shown here early in the first quarter. That's going to be the book on them as Jimenez knocks down the first free throw. Still plenty of time, though, for El Salvador to figure out a way how to break this pressure defense from the Dominican Republic. A lot of it has to do with nerves. Playing in a tournament like this, big-time tournament for your country. Once El Salvador settles down, they'll probably find their way a bit. Jump ball there as both players are holding on to the ball. It will go the other way. El Salvador possession. 3:14 remaining in the first quarter. First game for these two teams. The first time they've played here at the Centrobasket U17. They call a 10-second violation there as when they inbounded, there was only 17 ticks on the shot clock. It ticked down to 14, and the referees gave them the violation there. I said 10 seconds. It's actually an 8-second violation to get it over half. Here's Batista pulling up. That one was way short. Maybe a little bit of a heat check. He's been feeling it so far this game. .16 on the clock for El Salvador to work with after the ball was poked out of bounds. Gonzalez checks back in. He'll be the trigger man here, number 14 in white. Shot rattled home by Duran. So his first bucket of the night. And A zone defense now being shown by El Salvador. Jimenez driving in, and the ball fell on him as his back was on the baseline and will go the other way. So good defensive possession that time from El Salvador. See if they could string a couple of those together and chip away at this lead. Still plenty of time here in this first quarter to steal momentum. Spinning in the lane, count it! Oh no, they say it's a travel. Basket is no good. Ibarra took too many steps. We'll go the other way. The El Salvador supporters in the building not happy with that call. We'll have to get it back defensively. Batista, jab step, driving, went into a wall and gave it up. Ibarra fired it inside. Soler was high off the glass, couldn't get it to go. Good steal there, and a foul is going to be called on Jimenez. Try and get El Salvador into double digits. His first one is off, and he knew it as soon as he let it go. Again, nerves for these two teams. The first game on a big stage like this. A lot of these guys, 17 years old, maybe even younger. A lot of them playing for their country in a big-time tournament for the first time. Three on the way, no good, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Batista. And that's a bad foul if you're Batista, all the way away from your basket, furthest part of the court you can get. And that will send Soler to the foul line. This is a way that El Salvador could get back in this game and sort of calm their nerves, is go to the line and shoot some free throws. Get back in this with the clock stopped. Wet spot on the court. Nunez trying to help clean it up. Now we finally have some help from the staff here in Mexicali to clean up that wet spot, and here we go. Soler's first free throw is good. Second one is pure. 21-10 in favor of the Dominican Republic. El Salvador weathering the early storm here and looking to chip away at this lead. It would be great for them to get it under 10 points heading into the quarter break. Let's see how they close the quarter out. Three on the way, no good. One and done for the Dominican Republic. Good steal there in the backcourt. And a good layup. Munoz. Really good defender. You see him pressuring the ball right there. And the travel is called, and that's all due to the defense of Munoz. Munoz, the captain of this Dominican Republic team. Started the game on the bench, but been a spark for them and leading the way with his defense so far. Good ball movement there by the Dominican Republic. Three from the corner. Good offensive rebound, Jimenez. Munoz directing traffic. 8 to shoot. Jimenez driving. That's going to be an offensive foul. Two-for-one opportunity here for El Salvador. They're down 13. Jimenez will check out of the game. There's Soler. Duran with the shot, got his own. Here he is battling once again. Counted and a foul. Ibarra leading the way for his team, and you hear the joy from the El Salvador support section and their bench. They love that play. And a chance to get this lead back to 10 with a free throw pending. Ibarra may have got the bucket, but it was Duran with the initial hard work underneath number 3 in white. Kept it alive a couple of times and was able to get possession. He swiped at it at that time on the missed free throw, but wasn't able to get his fingertips to it. And the Dominican Republic could hold for the final look here in the first period. El Salvador with a deep shot from way outside. That's not going to go, and that's how we'll end the first period. Well, match day 1, game number 3, and the first game for these two teams here in Mexicali, Mexico. You see the score 25-12 in favor of the Dominican Republic. Here are some of the stats. El Salvador only taking 2 3-pointers. They haven't hit one. The Dominican Republic not afraid to fire away from 3. They've only hit 1 so far in the game. The rebounding totals is there. Batista and Ibarra leading the way, 5 points apiece for their individual teams. We'll take the quick break and be back with second quarter action here. The 2021 Centrobasket U17 Championships from Mexicali, Mexico. Welcome back to the Centrobasket U17 Championship here in Mexicali, Mexico. The Dominican Republic up 25-12 as we get set for second quarter action here. Mexico, the host of this event. We'll see their team play Jamaica coming up after this game. Because right now, the Dominican Republic putting on a defensive clinic so far in the game. And there you see another rejection. That one by Mejia. Diaz, good feed. And Mejia cleans it up off the glass. Paulinho showing pressure. Mejia guarding as well. Almost another turnover there. A three on the way, splash down. Flores from the corner. They call it a two. A foot was on the line. Mejia's straight line three, no good. Paulinho on the offensive glass. That's vacuumed in by Ibarra. Ibarra crossing over right down the lane. He was bothered by Mejia there. That pass goes awry and out of bounds. They actually called the foul first, as Diaz could not keep his footing. Referees say he was pushed. So it will be Dominican basketball. 14 on the shot clock for them to play with. If you're just joining us, this is match day 1, game number 3 of the day. We'll have basketball for you over the next couple of days. The champion will be crowned on Sunday. We've already seen 2 winners so far today. Costa Rica defeating Aruba 93-41, and Puerto Rico defeating Panama 85-70. And after this one more game left. Host Mexico will take on Jamaica. Gets another steal. The Dominican Republic starting to pour it on now. 31-14 your score, 8:21 to go in the second period. Gonzalez back into the game for El Salvador, 14 in white. You see the 2-3 zone there by El Salvador. They've had trouble keeping the Dominican guards out of the paint, but they haven't been afraid to shoot the three. It just hasn't fallen for them yet. Paulinho's step back. That's a tough shot. Doesn't fall for him. Three on the way, and that's a foul on a three-pointer. And that will send Gonzalez to the line for 3 free throws here. Well, the one mistake that the Dominican Republic has made so far for Coach Cabrera is the fouls are starting to mount up. El Salvador finding the touch at the free throw line. This game could look very different if El Salvador had stayed off the foul line. Moment free throw on the way for Gonzalez, and he knocks it down. Half of the points scored by El Salvador have come at the free throw line. They are 8 of 14 from the foul line in this game. Loose ball foul there called, and we'll go the other way. Good steal there. Paulinho stealing the inbound and laying it up and in. Five to shoot for El Salvador on this possession. A block there. Count it and the foul. It's Naivar with the finish, and he'll go to the line for one more. Naivar's free throw no good. Alcantara with the offensive rebound and putback is good. 4-point trip that time for the Dominican Republic, and the lead is now 37-16 with 7 minutes to play here in this quarter. Another steal and a lay-in there by Paulinho, and leads to a timeout for El Salvador. Well, the Dominican Republic starting to flex their muscle here in the second quarter. They lead big, and we'll take the timeout with them. Back we are here at the 2021 U17 Centrobasket Championships here in Mexicali, Mexico. El Salvador down big to the Dominican Republic, 39-16. El Salvador in the home whites, Dominican Republic in the row blue. Hope you're enjoying the game wherever you are, however you're doing so, watching around the world. Let's see what El Salvador can do out of the timeout. Foul there. They say no shot, so it'll be on the floor. That's the third team foul for the Dominican Republic in this quarter. That will reset the shot clock back to 14. Steal on an inbound. Paulinho lays it up and in. He's just so quick. Knifing in for the steal and kissing it off the glass. 41-16 for the Dominican Republic. Soler looking for help. Gonzalez thought about a three. Now he wants a teammate to help him out. Paulinho gets the steal, and an unsportsmanlike foul is called on Gonzalez. That will send Paulinho to the line for 2 free throws and the ball for the Dominican Republic. Gonzalez got the foul because he stopped a clean breakaway. It would have been another layup for the Dominican Republic, so the ref decided this would be an unsportsmanlike foul, and anytime there is an unsportsmanlike foul, it is 2 free throws and the ball to the team That gets the free throws, and as you see, Paulinho knocking down the first of two. His second rims in and out. And it'll be Dominican basketball on the inbound, 14 on the clock for them to work with. Munoz. Paulinho fired it over to Munoz. It was a little bit too hot for him to handle. He still kept possession. This is Paulinho for three. As the shot clock expires, can't get it to fall. Flat-footed rebound for El Salvador. Foul on the shot. Would have been an and one opportunity, but Jimenez swiped that away. We'll still get two free throws here. Giovanni Cebrian knocking down the first free throw. One of the youngest members on this team. He's just 15 years of age. Cebrian knocks down the second as well. 42-18 the score as we approach the halfway mark of this second period. Paulinho driving inside. Check that, Liberato driving inside. And he was fouled, and he'll go to the line for two free throws. It was a nice look from Linares to find him. Liberato's first free throw, no good. He's one of the youngest players on this team at 16 years old, 6'5". Good length, good size. Second free throw falls. Cebrian. Ball stolen away there by flying Jimenez, but three on the way, in and out. Rebound Linares. Could even show the handles for the big man. Linares, goes behind the back, laying it up. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, put up and in. Liberato cleaning up the mess there. Cebrian, he'll tee up a three. No good. And Jimenez with numbers. Travel there as Linares unsure of what to do with it. It was a 5-on-2 opportunity there for the Dominican Republic that time, but they squandered that opportunity to get an easy two by maybe overpassing. Inbound stolen, Paulinho showing the handle. And whistle's blown there. See what the referees are deciding here. There wasn't much of a definitive call there. I believe there's something to do with the clock. Right now it shows 4:58, 12 on the shot clock. Well, they added 10 seconds to the shot clock. That was the reason for the delay. Shot clock took a little bit of time to start. It finally did. 3 on the way, no good. Paulinho offensive rebound. Tried to reverse it, can't get it to go. They say last touch by El Salvador. And this time the Dominican Republic will take a timeout. 45-18 with 4:42 remaining in the first half. Dominican Republic in front. Timeout on the floor. Back in action as Dominican Republic lead 45-18 as we tick down here in the second quarter. Little hot potato with the ball there on the baseline, and it went back out of bounds. Dominican Republic retained possession. 9 on the shot clock. El Salvador in the zone. Paulinho thought about the 3. He'll take a 2 instead. As the shot clock expires, can't get it to go. El Salvador pushing the other way. That layup just missing there. Sabrian. An alley-oop attempt as Linares went over the top of the defender. And he got up and thought maybe he got undercut. Cooler heads prevailing that time. Here's the replay. An alley-oop attempt that would have been spectacular had he thrown it down. I don't know what he expected Figueroa to do there. Figueroa putting his hands up saying, I didn't attempt to hurt you that time. This Dominican Republic team. Prime example of that, looking at him right there on your screen. Mr. Linares knocks down 1 of 2. Ibarra stepped on the baseline. If they could get more of Ibarra offensively, Salvador could start to chip away at this lead and create some segments where they try to attack it 10 points at a time. Good high-low pass inside. Linares' floater is no good. Offensive rebound, and they're going to say a foul, loose ball foul on the Dominican Republic, so we'll go the other way. Jimenez has been all over the offensive boards for the Dominican Republic. He picked up the foul there. Dominican Republic have 16 offensive rebounds in this game. Doing a good job trying to get second chance opportunities there. Speaking of second chance opportunities. That was Ibarra putting it up and in. Ibarra looked like he was blocked. They say it's a foul. I think there's an argument to be made there for Linares. He thought he got a clean block, instead picked up his first foul. There you see the replay. Send Ibarra to the line. He's been at the foul line now 5 times. This will be appearance number 6 and 7 for the captain. And he knocks down the first free throw. Free throw line being kind now to El Salvador. 12 of their points have come at the line. 12 of their 22 points have come at the foul line. They are 12 of 18 from the free throw line. Linares cross-court pass, lucky to get there. Foul was called on the shot. Liberato will go back to the free throw line now. He wanted the and one. I was a little disappointed he didn't cash in on that mid-range shot. But he'll hit the first of 2 free throws. Reminder, we have one more game left on game day 1. That will feature Jamaica and Mexico, the host nation, playing at 8:30 local time. A good move there, and Ibarra is starting to feel it now for El Salvador. Munoz, nice cut, couldn't get it to go. He'll get his own. Paulinho, good jab, step, and drive. Tough layup inside. And then a steal now. Batista tight roping the baseline. He'll attack the rim. Oh, the reverse! And he'll go to the line. He missed the shot, so he'll get 2 free throws. With Juan Daniel Batista. His energy, his pizzazz on the floor. He has a lot of length, as you can see. Been great defensively for the Dominican Republic. We really could say that about all the players on the floor. They've been playing great defense. But there's just an energy with Batista that he brings to the table every time he's in the game. He goes 1 of 2 from the foul line that time. Here he is, Batista in the open floor, attacking, skying to the rim. He wanted to throw that down. That's why he was smiling. Foul's going to be called on Linares there as the driving Ibarra picks up the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2. Just under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Ibarra knocks down the first free throw. He's been a huge plus for El Salvador. Carrying the team with 12 points, make it 13 after that free throw. 7 of 9 from the foul line. Here's Batista. Jab step, driving, skying. You can see the athleticism. Batista now starting to rack up the points. He is 10 and counting after that layup. 3 on the way, too strong. Here's Batista. The feed, Linares. Couldn't kiss it off the glass. An offensive rebound put up and in by Diaz. Munoz is a little bit too aggressive defensively that time. He's going to pick up the foul. Cibrian will go to the foul line. Try to cash in here. Able to get it to go. Cibrian walking off a little gingerly there. Hopefully he's okay. He'll check out of the game and get checked out by the trainer. At the end of the bench there. Thoughts are with him as he gets looked after. Batista driving. The jump shot is not there. Ball tapped up, pinballs around, and here comes El Salvador the other way. Good up fake as Batista went flying by. But Ibarra couldn't get it to go. Naivar. Nice shot. El Salvador could hold for the last shot here of the period. Looks like they're going to attack offensively instead. A 3 on the way. That's too strong. And here's the Dominican Republic now with an opportunity for the last look. Diaz. He sees a lane. He'll drive. He was blocked. What they say was a foul. And Torres will pick it up. So Diaz bailed out a little bit there. It looked like he was going into traffic. Looked like Torres could have walked away with a clean block there, but the referees thought otherwise as Diaz misses the first free throw. If you are an El Salvador supporter, you might say the ball don't lie. Diaz misses both. He stepped over the line anyway. If it fell, it wouldn't have counted. So 5.3 seconds to play here in the first half. Let's see if El Salvador can get to the 30-point mark. (61-28). Your halftime score. I know it says 59 on the screen, but the bucket by Naivar was counted on the floor. They'll obviously review it to make sure that it goes. But right now on the official score sheet, it is 61-28. There you see the shooting percentages for both teams. The foul line being so kind to El Salvador. 16 of their 28 points coming from the free throw line, man, rebounding. Dominican Republic crashing the glass there, 37-21 on the rebound count, and you see the assist number, 17-2. Paulinho leading the way for the Dominican Republic with 12 points. Ibarra leading the way for El Salvador with 13 big ones. Some of the highlights here from the first half. Here is the bucket. Did he get it off in time? He sure did. That's going to count, folks. That was a 36-point second quarter for the Dominican Republic. That is not easy to do, folks. You don't even see that in NBA games on a regular basis. And they play with an extra 2 minutes. In a 10-minute quarter, the Dominican Republic put up 36 points. We'll move to halftime with that bucket counting. It's 61-28 in favor of the Dominican Republic. We'll take the halftime break, leave you with the highlights, enjoy them, and we'll be back with the second half right here from the 2021 Centrobasket Championships. back to beautiful Mexicali, Mexico for the Centrobasket U17 Championship 2021. Dominican Republic up 61-28 over El Salvador as we get set for second half action on game day one. First game for both of these teams of the championship. Great first half played by the Dominican Republic, who are in the road blue. El Salvador in the home white. And off we go. Dominican Republic going from left to right on your screen. They lead 61-28. 20 minutes remaining in this game. It's been a solid defensive performance from the Dominican Republic. They have been incredible on that end of the floor, really forcing El Salvador into tough shots with their pressure defense. They could clean up on fouling, however. They have allowed El Salvador to get to the foul line quite a bit here in the game, and that's kept them relatively close throughout the first quarter and a half. They really pulled away the back end of that second quarter. Alcantara picks up the personal foul there. Sabrian drawing it. Got knocked in the face. We're checking on him. Keeps giving a thumbs up, saying he's okay. It's also good to see him back on the floor. He left late in that second quarter with what looked like to be a leg injury. His left leg is now wrapped, and he's back on the floor playing. Alcantara skying for that rebound to vacuum that in. Here's Paulinho. Thought about a three and then passed it off. Gets it back and calls out a set. Alcantara, nice feed. A good block, however, underneath. Sabrian. Three on the way, no good. And a rebound pulled in by Mejia. A layup attempt that time by Adames, no good. Sabrian, no good on his layup attempt, and that's vacuumed in by Linares. So just as the first period started, this third quarter starts where both teams struggling to score a bit. Paulinho got things going to start the game with a three. That time dished off, and he'll lay it up and in here to get things going for the Dominican Republic in the second half. Nice cut there. The foul is going to be on Adames. Liberetto checks into the game for the Dominican Republic. He has 9 points off the bench for the Dominican Republic. Paulinho leading the Dominican Republic with 14 points, leading all scorers with 14 points. On the other side, it's Ibarra leading the team for El Salvador with 13 points and counting. He's been Mr. Everything for him. Drive attempt there by Adames. Can't get it to go. There's Ibarra for three. Ball's going to stay here, and we'll get some subs for El Salvador. Sanchez will check in. 23 in white. He's on the ball now. Gonzalez tried to slither his way down the baseline, turned it over instead. Going here in the second half. It's good ball movement from the Dominican Republic. A three on the way, no good. The one thing they haven't done well so far, the RS shoot the three as Gonzalez goes crashing in. Can't hit the the layup there, rather. And Liberato picks up the rebound. Linares, offensive foul. The defense there by Pineda. And another foul picked up by Linares. They're starting to pile up now on him. Two quick fouls. He picked up the offensive foul on one end and now the defensive foul, and that will send the captain to the line. Juan Pablo Ibarra knocks down another free throw. He has 14 points and counting, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Great rebound there by Gonzalez to keep things alive. Deep three on the way, short. Paulinho feeding. Liberato can't get it to go, but Linares on the cleanup duty. El Salvador trying to score quick here now. They can't get it to go, and that's a bad sign. In the top of your screen, you saw Ibarra limping as an alley-oop is thrown down. Mejia catching it and throwing it down, and we see limping off the court is the captain, Ibarra. He went crashing into the signage trying to save the ball. Never made it back on defense, and he's being attended to now, limping off the floor. Not a good sign for El Salvador. That doesn't look good right now, as he has his right leg in the air. He's been by far the best player for the team. So they're not just thinking about him coming back in this game, but being available for the rest of the championships here in Mexicali, Mexico. Hopefully he's okay. Mejia stealing it again. Diaz inside. Mejia. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. Well, that injury to Ibarra really sucked the energy out of this building. He was playing so well for El Salvador. Now in the back getting tended to. Our thoughts are with him as his team is on the floor down 67-29. Mejia's first free throw was good. He has 9 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound. He's been a plus 19 for the Dominican Republic. Make it 10 points and a plus 20 on the night. It's the largest lead of the game now for the Dominican Republic. A foul, and it's going to go the other way, moving screen. Figueroa moving a little bit there on trying to set that pick, and he picks up the foul. Adames for 3. Left it short. Offensive rebound, Diaz. Paulinho's 3. Can't get it to go. Diaz battling inside. Count it and 1. Luis Diaz. Been a beast on the boards. as he gobbles up another rebound, takes the contact and finishes to put his team up 71-29 with 4:46 to play here in the third quarter. Diaz. In just 11 minutes of court time. Been highly productive off the bench. And a 5-second count there. Great defense by the Dominican Republic. The pressure being put there by Mejia, forcing the 5-second count. And there you see at the top of your screen, Ibarra back near the bench. At least he's standing on his own power and walking around, so that's a good sign. He may not play in this game with the score the way it is, but it's going to be good for El Salvador to keep him in the lineup going forward. Really good to see him walking under his own power as you see him at the top of your screen there near the bench. Another turnover for El Salvador. It'll be Dominican basketball with 4:36 to play in the third. Paulinho kicks. Mejia for three from the corner. Can't get it to go. It's one thing the Dominican Republic haven't been able to do all night is knock down threes. Good rejection by Diaz, showing the length. A reminder, we have one more game left tonight. At 8:30 local time, Mexico taking on Jamaica. But right now, it has been all the Dominican Republic. 71-29 with 4:21 remaining in the third period. Timeout. El Salvador will take it with them and be back here from Mexicali, Mexico. Back we are, 71-29 your score. Dominican in front as El Salvador trying to inbound the ball. That was kicked away. It will stay here, 17 on the shot clock. El Salvador in the home whites. Having a tough time getting it going here in this third quarter. And another steal and turnover. 4-on-1 attack, and Munoz with the layup there. Another turnover. Munoz ahead. Paulinho. He'll lay it in. Gliding and finishing. Dominican Republic on a 14-1 run here in this period, and that doesn't stop there as that jump shot is too strong, and Paulinho is going to pick up the offensive foul. He tried to shove away the defender. The referees were right on it. He's a little disappointed in himself. No need for that far away from the basket. The ball will stay here. 14 on the shot clock for El Salvador to work with. See if they can get on the scoreboard here from the field. Their 1 point in this quarter obviously came from the foul line. The jump hook inside, a beautiful move. Duran finishing with the sky hook, making Kareem proud. Great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar should be happy about that. His legacy living on with that beautiful sky hook. Diaz kissed it off the glass. A strong move by Luis Diaz. 6 points. All that time, but he gets called for the foul. Cibrian, who's in the game, drew that foul. And he'll go to the line for some free throws. Well, this is a good sign. Juan Pablo Ibarra, who looked like he was injured on a play earlier in the quarter where he tried to save the ball and was limping on the way to the bench, went to the back, then was seen on the bench feeling a little bit better, walking around. He is now in the game. Number 8 in white, back in the game for El Salvador. So that is a great sign for him and the team. You saw quickly there, Figueroa was being worked on. His leg looked like he was being attended to on the bench, so we'll keep an eye on his status going forward as well. Here's Ibarra, the floater. Can't get it to go and was looking to follow up with his own miss, but he tapped it out of bounds. We'll go the other way. (79-32) with 2:20 remaining in the third period. 3 on the way, and it finally falls. Nivar knocking down the corner 3. That's just the second three-pointer of the night for the Dominican Republic. It's one of the things that they could take out of this game and turn that into a positive going forward. There are 2 of 18 from three-point range. It hasn't mattered much in this game as they lead big. When they play stiffer competition going forward, might need to shoot a lot better from three-point range. It's a turnover there by Soler, leading to the Dominican Republic coming back the other way. And Liberato will go to the line for 2 shots. He can get into double digits scoring with a free throw made here. He has 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Duran picked up the foul for El Salvador. First free throw, no good. So 1 of 2 from the line for Liberato, getting him into double digits. Duran will check out of the game. Torres will check in, number 10 in white for El Salvador. Here's Cibrian. The trap comes. Gets rid of it wisely. Here he has it again. Rejects the screen. Nice move inside. Count it! And the foul. I don't know how he got it to go, but it went high off glass. Gorgeous move to get free, and one of the youngest players on the floor finishing like a vet. Look at this. Touching the very top of the backboard. And a lot of English on that ball, and it went through. Cibrian completes the three-point play. He's surely going to add that bucket to his highlight reel. We like to see the competitiveness in El Salvador. They're still battling even though they're down big. Oh, what a spin. Almost too much. Five-on-two opportunity for the Dominican Republic, and they turn it over. .45 seconds to play here in the third. Torres. His driving shot no good. Diaz pulled it down. Jimenez got his steps right and finished it off the glass. Alley-oop attempt. Instead, it's going to be a foul on Jimenez. We'll go to the line. Torres picking up the foul there, making sure there was no easy bucket. That one touched every part of the basket and finally fell. Jimenez stuffing the stat sheet. 4 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Make that 5 points now. After that free throw goes for him in just 10 minutes. An efficient night. He's played well defensively. Here's the trap. And El Salvador couldn't get a look before the end of the quarter. Well, that's the end of 3. A 26-7 third quarter for the Dominican Republic. They extend their lead 87-35 with 10 minutes to play here in their first game in Mexicali, Mexico at the Centrobasket U17 2021 Championships. 53-33 in favor of the Dominican Republic in terms of rebounding. You see the assist numbers there as well, 24-4. Very unselfish play from the DR. Paulinho and Ibarra leading the way for both of their respective teams. And here's some of the highlights that we've seen so far from the first 3 quarters of action. Just 10 minutes left to play. And a reminder, 1 game left on the schedule. 8:30 local time tip. The hosts, Mexico, will take on Jamaica. And you'll see it right here wherever you are watching this great action. We'll take the quick break and be back with the fourth quarter. The Dominican Republic up 87-35 with 10 to play here from Mexicali, Mexico. Well, we're getting set for the start of the fourth and final quarter here. 10 minutes stand between the Dominican Republic and their first win here in Mexicali, Mexico. The Centrobasket U17 Championship. 87-35 your score. Dominican Republic in the road blue. El Salvador in the home white. Wild pass there and another turnover for El Salvador. Munoz, his straight on jump shot falls flat. Cibrian takes a 3 and splashes it down. A much better start to this quarter for El Salvador, as they knocked down a 3 to tee things off. Diaz with a tough drive, can't get it to go. Torres drawing the foul. It's Jimenez picking it up. 14 seconds back on the clock. Here's Gonzalez. He'll be the trigger man. Cibrian crossing over, looking for help now. That shot fired away. That's a 2 knocked down there by Flores. 2 quick baskets there and some momentum now for El Salvador. They may not be able to win this game, but they can steal momentum and take it with them to their next matchup tomorrow. That drive there by Jimenez, no good. Good defense. A 3-on-1 break. Diaz! Couldn't get the layup cleaned up, though, by Jimenez. Cibrian refuses a screen and knocks down another triple. Starting to settle in now is Cibrian here in the fourth quarter. And again, this is momentum that he could take forward with him to the next games. 2 threes for Cibrian here in this quarter alone. Great spin move. Torres couldn't get it to go. Jimenez forgot the ball. Another 3 for El Salvador. Torres this time knocking down the 3. 3 threes for El Salvador in this quarter and leads to a timeout. An 11-2 run for El Salvador. Showing a little bit of fire here in the fourth. Timeout, Dominican Republic. Well, many might be wondering where this barrage of scoring was all game long for El Salvador. They are on an 11-2 run here to start the fourth period. The score, however, is still largely in favor of the Dominican Republic. That jump shot falls. It's going to make it 92-46 for the DR. Under 7 to play. It's a good response out of the timeout for Dominican Republic. Let's see if El Salvador could keep it up, though. Ivar pulls down the rebound. Good look away. And just overpassing there from the Dominican Republic. Last touch by El Salvador. 16 on the shot clock for the Dominican Republic to work with here. Munoz. Good high-low feed that time. Linares finding Hernandez. And the run has now been broken up by 2 solid buckets by the Dominican Republic out of the timeout. 3 on the way, no good. Look out. Hernandez with the easy layup. Foul's going to be called on Linares. He'll head to the bench with 3 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. 16 minutes of play. He's been in foul trouble for most of the night. Cibrian for 3 again. Oh! 3 threes in this 4th period. Starting to feel it now. The El Salvador bucket, 14 on the shot clock. Reminder, one more game this evening. Mexico and Jamaica coming up at 8:30 local time. El Salvador's next game is going to be against Jamaica, and then they'll play Mexico to close out their round robin. The Dominican Republic will play Mexico next, and then Jamaica the following day to close out their portion of the round robin. Hot potato with the basketball there, and then finally lands in the hands of the hottest man on the floor right now, 15-year-old Cibrian, directing traffic. Comes off the curl. Put it up, young man. You're feeling it. Get a heat check off. The double comes, and he turns it over. Naivar on the open floor and lays it up and in. Munoz with another steal. 3-on-2, Dominican Republic, and an easy lay-in. Liberato, he has 12. 102-49 with 4 to play in the game. Well, he has cooled off, Cibrian, after knocking down 3 straight threes. Missed that heat check. Count the bucket there and the foul. Liberato again. Give him 14 and counting. And that's Ibarra once again down as he looks like he's cramping once again. First game. Not as hydrated as you normally would be. Trying to take care of that leg cramp. He left the game earlier with an apparent injury. We're guessing, but we think that was a cramp as well. No official word on that. And here he is down once again, cramping. So hopefully he can get that taken care of and be ready to go when they take on Jamaica tomorrow in their portion of the round robin. Jamaica, of course, will be taking on Mexico shortly. 3:40 to play in this game. Well, El Salvador starting to hit the threes now, aren't they? Chavez knocking down the triple that time. Easy offensive rebound. Liberato has been all over the glass and laid it up and in. He has 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists for the Dominican Republic. Diaz with another rebound. Batista wanted to go showtime, but that was stolen away from him. And the foul is going to be on Diaz, which will send Chavez to the line. Well, this is the first time these two teams have ever played each other at the U17 Centrobasket Championship. And the Dominican Republic look like they're going to walk away with some huge bragging rights. You know that's going to be on the minds of many of future players who don the El Salvador jersey to try and get back even in the season, or the tournament series, I should say. Three, left it short. Navar driving in, lays it up. 2:18 remaining in the game. The Dominican Republic will move their attention now to Mexico, who are coming up next. The Dominican Republic play Mexico tomorrow in their game in the round robin. El Salvador will play Jamaica. Jamaica and Mexico coming up in the final game on game day number 1. If you've missed it, Costa Rica playing earlier, beating Aruba 93-41. Puerto Rico defeating Panama 85-70. And it looks like the Dominican Republic will cruise to a victory here. We're a minute and 30 away from making that official with 1 game left. So some messages sent to the rest of the tournament, the rest of the field. As you know, the top 3 teams, the gold, silver, and bronze medalists, will move on to the U18 2022 Americas in June. You see Ibarra limping out of the locker room. He'll get hydrated and he'll look forward to playing in the next game. Probably shouldn't come back into this one. Just rest up for the following game. We're excited for a handful of days of basketball. Sunday is when we will crown a champion and punch tickets for 2 other teams headed to the U18 Americas, which will be played in June. There is no host announced yet. Chavez for 3. Another 3-pointer knocked down for El Salvador. They've played well in this 4th quarter. They could bottle this up and really carry this momentum for the remainder of the tournament. They have a tough task ahead of them with Mexico and Jamaica in front. If they play like they played in this 4th period, they can get it done. Batista cleaning it up there and getting a basket. Diaz driving in, throwing it down. There's the exclamation point on a huge win for the Dominican Republic. Chavez's floater, no good. Diaz vacuums it in. And they won't shoot another shot. What a performance for the Dominican Republic. A great defensive performance it was. 114-58, your final score. The Dominican Republic start off on the right foot here in Mexicali, Mexico. There you see the shooting percentages for both teams. 6 3-pointers for El Salvador, a lot of them coming in the final frame. Rebounding and assist battles, and of course the steals, all in favor of the Dominican Republic. They were terrific tonight. Top scorers, Cibrian, who led the way for El Salvador. Ibarra, 14 big points, tried his best to keep them within striking distance throughout. And balanced scoring across the board for the Dominican Republic. It sent a message they're going to be one of the teams to beat here in Mexicali, Mexico, as they look to try and stand on the podium and punch their ticket to the U18 2022 America's Championships, which will happen in June. That will do it for this one. 114-58, your final score. The Dominican Republic beating El Salvador. We are moments away from the final game of the day. Mexico, Jamaica, coming up next. Final game, the main event on match day 1. We'll see you then.